no. Boom. I'm so proud to be a citizen of this land, my blessed nation. Together we stand, so make me tell you about St. Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on a ramp road near Manifidi. Like Valencia said, nah, sell out me country, yeah. No people balling for the hills, them and the valleys and the trees, but we have them in abundance, Lord. The Rasta man they on the beach, climbing up the jelly tree. One for you and one for me, so we could have cool, you know, under a little vibes. Cry and light the fire, bubble up the rice. We full of pride and we realize. So don't this, so don't this. So make me tell you about St. Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on a ramp road near Manifidi. Like Valencia said, nah, sell out me country, yeah. I am a product of the island. Wouldn't change if you know what I know. The girls them pretty like the pussy and a flower them. You get a fatty itch, your back make you not tough again. Kim Collins put way and the map and now we boss again. The MVP I say balance and now we up again. Whether you black or brown, it's getting man proud. So just sing it loud with me, yeah, yeah. We could have 1 cent in the bank, man still I give thanks. St. Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on a ramp road near Manifidi. Like Valencia said, nah, sell out me country, yeah. I am a product of the island. Wouldn't change if you know what I know. Where I'm from, oh where I'm from, them say we full of thief and we full of gunman. Make you clean up your backyard before you watch mine. We don't have no missiles in the sky, your children under the sun. I pray for 100 years of blessings. Our history shows us that we were made to overcome. Take it.
things going on in between the thing, Brandon's still up, innit? Yeah. Still out of operation? Alright. Yeah.
General, salute!
Hey, Kian, the man about to start walking. Look behind him.
Parade. Glad you are with us. And as we move on, we'll introduce the armed units on parade. The number 1 guard, the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force Infantry. Number 2 guard, St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force Females. Number 3 guard, St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force Coast Guard. Number 4, Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. Number 5 guard, Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force Female. Number 6 guard, Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. Number 7, St. Kitts and Nevis Cadet Corps. We also have on parade the Drum Corps and Band, that's the SKNDF Drum Corps and Band. Unarmed units, Fire and Rescue Service, His Majesty's Prison, Customs and Excise, Traffic Wardens, Girl Guides and Brownies, Pathfinders. Also with us this evening is the Taiwanese drill team on parade this evening, and medical coverage provided by the St. Kitts and Nevis Red Cross. So happy Independence to St. Kitts and Nevis, and once again, glad you can join us here at Wannock Park. We're at the cricket stadium. Peter, your first impressions of this evening's proceedings.
Thank you, Patrick, and good night to the listeners and viewers. It was difficult getting to the park. Firstly, maneuvering through the traffic and then getting parking. And then it was a festive atmosphere, coming into Victoria Road. People were coming in from very early, very, very early. And it's reflected in the stands and the mound that it's laid up. But it's been a festive atmosphere coming into Wannock Park and in Wannock Park. And glad to be here and be with you. It's been a long time.
And by the way, congratulations on your national award, Star of Merit, and well-deserved, Peter. And for those persons who may not know where St. Kitts and Nevis is geolocated, 17 degrees north, 62 degrees west, population of about 50,000 plus or minus, area of 261 square kilometers or 104 square miles. So we already indicated the units on parade. They mustered at the western entrance of Wannock Park. March on was 2320. Parade in line, dressed and standing easy at 2335. The colors and ensigns were marched on 2340. We are now approaching 2350 and awaiting the arrival of the commander, SKNDF, and the Commissioner of Police of the Royal Christopher and Nevis Police Force. And they'll be followed 5 minutes later by the arrival of the Honorable Prime Minister, and at midnight, the arrival of Her Excellency, the Governor General. Peter, some of the appointments for this evening's ceremonial parade. Parade Commander?
Yes, Parade Commander Captain K. Garnett, His Excellency Lieutenant L. Daniel, and Captain of the Band is our band person in charge of the band is Captain Sylvester Charles. Been doing a good job for years, so that the numbers have gotten bigger in the band tonight. The drum major, Sergeant Walter C., and we can't forget the parade sergeant major, W01 St. C. Williams. We listen for the voice tonight.
That's correct. And Chameleon Media has assured me that the outside effects microphone will capture every relevant sound as we look at the police outrider now signaling the arrival of the security chiefs. First will be the commander of the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force. Let's make sure we have his rank and said clearly, Lieutenant Colonel Comrie.
Comrie J.
Comrie J. Thank you very much. Actually, J. Anthony Comrie,
J. Anthony Comrie.
MSc JP, and Force Commander. Lieutenant Colonel is his rank. And he'll be followed by the Commissioner of Police of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, Commissioner James Sutton, as we now look at the arrival of the security chiefs. And also to say to you that the evening's atmosphere is just the slightest hint of a breeze. Because it's nighttime, it's cool, mercifully. And so we expect all of the armed units, members of the armed units and unarmed units, to stay upright.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea to have the evening parade. Based on the temperatures these days, it would have been very, very difficult for a lot of the youngsters. It wasn't the 9 o'clock parade.
That's right. Temperatures have been topping 32 degrees, but it's feeling more like 40 with humidity in the 80-90% range. We know that those conditions were associated with 3 hurricanes, Peter, Lee, Margot, and Nigel, that mercifully moved to our north. And so we were spared a direct hit, but we got the heat coming from the south. So which one would I take? I'll take it. Speaking of the band, conversation with Captain Sylvester Charles, Director of Music. He quite gleefully said to me that his band is bigger this year with the inclusion of high school students. So they now have 30 on parade.
Well, I think that is the way to go. Has always been. We need to have the junior ranks, the apprentices to come through. And I'm so happy to hear that that is what he has embarked upon.
Also, the Defense Force band, the drum corps, actually has been augmented by some youngsters from the high school. You'll see them wearing a maroon top and a khaki bottom. And they're 15 strong. So again, we have youngsters, male and female, males and females, beginning to show interest in this area of endeavor. Can now pick up the next outrider contingent. That will signal the arrival of the Honorable Prime Minister. So once again, we're at Warner Park Cricket Stadium, witnessing the ceremonial parade to commemorate the 40th anniversary of independence of St. Kitts and Nevis. We're still, it's Monday, September 18th. The parade starts at midnight, September 19th, with the arrival of Her Excellency, the Governor General. Peter, cast your mind back in the 1970s when you were in similar circumstances. Any thoughts?
Yes, Patrick, we were nervously anxious. And with time, you got, the correct method to tie the laces, the formation of the sleeve, the belt, those days we used putty. So it was important to know how to do those things so that you did not prevent the circulation, which would have led to pain. So, but it was, in our day, we were the stars on the show, cadets, and so it was always a pleasure to be on parade and to really get the applause the audience?
Well, we're now witnessing the arrival of the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew. We will be shifting our location from the interior studio to our perch on the outside so we can take in the sights and the sound from the parade here this evening. So you're now looking at the arrival of the Honorable Prime Minister. Parade brought to attention, and now we'll hear the first and last 4 bars of the national anthem.
Yes, it's reminiscing. With the voicing, those that were very powerful parade commanders and sergeant major. Those were good days, and we hope that the present cadets and those on parade are enjoying the same benefits, and enjoying the same feelings of being able to represent. We see the arrival of the Prime Minister decked in
national colors.
Top. I think it's probably the first time one has appeared not in the suit.
Certainly sent the crowd in. Hey, keep going outside.
Jordan! Ade!
Warner Park. Welcome back to Warner Park. We have now taken up our position above South Stand D. Captain Garnet Pitt. Welcome to Her Excellency the Governor General, King Marcelo
Stand fast!
Liber.
The number one guards! Defenders! Standard! Hey!
The inspection party will now proceed to number one guard. And Peter, the Governor General's arrival was, as we say, bang on time. Yes, we actually started at midnight, exactly on time, and it is good to see that example is being shown to the population. Occasions such as this, time is important. The inspection party, Her Excellency, Force Commander, Lieutenant Colonel J. Anthony Comrie, followed by Honorable Prime Minister, Commissioner of Police, James Sutton, the ADC, Her Excellency, and answering to the Honorable Prime Minister. The inspection party is now approaching number one guard. Number one guard, St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force Infantry. And the Governor General of the Prison is first guard. Very warm reception. Director of Music, Captain Sylvester Charles, signal the band to commence playing Face and Beat by James Scott, written in 1909. Number one guard, St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force Infantry. We inspected in open order. Down the front rank, up the center rank, then down, when we say down in, so we're going to west, and now turn. Yeah. In the meantime, number two guard has been brought to the attention. Number two guard, St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force female. For the number two guard, the inspection party will pass the SKNDF color party. Bearers are Ensign Cross L, Watson J. The escorts are Sergeant Henderson I and Sergeant Brown D. Officer commanding the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force female, number two guard, Lieutenant Ferdinand Z. The sergeant is Sergeant Kerry Isaac M. Again, east on the front rank. Now west to the center rank. In the meantime, number three guard has been brought to attention. Number three guard, St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force Coast Guard. As the officer commanding number 2 guard pays her respect, thanks Her Excellency. That's subtle nod of the head. You can see Her Excellency is now being addressed by the officer commanding the Coast Guard, Second Lieutenant Fifield N. His sergeant is Sergeant William C. East along the front rank. West along the center rank. This is the number 3 guard, St. Kitts and Nevis Coast Guard.
That's it, as the inspection takes place. You see the movement of the drone. And you would note that at the dawn of independence, there was no drone.
Correct. The inspection party has concluded the inspection on the 3 guard, Coast Guard. Fifield N. Second Lieutenant, thanks Her Excellency. Just watch the nod of the head, subtle nod of the head, signal. Right. And now this is the tactical unit of the police,
Which is
number 4 guard.
Advertisement for youngsters in the country who would like to start such a unit.
Officer commanding is Inspector Watt. His sergeant is Sergeant Caesar. This is the tactical unit of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. This is number 4 guard. As to witness the conclusion of the inspection of the tactical unit of the police force, the inspection party will move past the ensign of the police force. There is Inspector Cathy J. Escort Sergeants Thompson and Gordon. And now number 5 guard. Number 5 guard. Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force Female. Officer Commanding Inspector Phipps. Sergeant Malone. Once again, on the front rank. Pivot. And we're going west on the center. And again, east on the rear end. Number 5 guard, Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force Female. Inspector Phipps pays her compliments to Her Excellency, thanking her for the inspection. And now we move to number 6 guard, Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. Officer Commanding Inspector Acton Thompson. And his sergeant is Farrell. Once again, you're witnessing the ceremonial parade to commemorate the 40th anniversary of independence. Happy independence, everyone. It's now September 19th. We started bang on time. Peter, Her Excellency is moving snappily along.
Yes, briskly along. I could hear your dad saying briskly along. Yes, and we had one apart.
The troops are in formation facing south towards the stand. So,
Number 6 guard, Peter. St. Kitts and Nevis Cadet Corps.
yes,
I rather like the outfits. Peter, the procedure. Olive green.
olive green, yeah. Looks like dark blue or black trousers.
Officer commanding is Ensign Griffin J. The sergeant is Thompson G. These are high school students from Kitts and Nevis Cadet Corps.
Happy that you guys are on parade. Girls and guys on parade today.
1820 on parade. Meanwhile, the band struck up I Vow to Thee, My Country, written by Cecil Spring Rice in 1921. And now the inspection party. So, move to the unarmed. So once again, formed up in line. Number 1 guard, Defense Force Infantry. Number 2 guard, Defense Force Female. Number 3 guard, Defense Force Coast Guard. Number 4, Royal St. Christopher Nevis Tactical Unit. Number 5, Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force Females. Number 6, Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. And number 7, St. Kitts Nevis Cadet Corps. Those are the armed units who are formed up in line and now standing at ease as the inspection party now approaches the first unarmed unit. This is St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Service.
Fire officers ready and awaiting the inspection.
Now, in the case of the unarmed units, the inspection will just be the front rank.
We want to say good morning to those of you listening during the sea. We know we have a lot of followers of this parade, and it's a pleasure to bring this broadcast to you.
Good
I
morning,
know
Your Excellency. 14
Scott Hendricks will be listening in Durham, so will be Ian Hart, Robert James.
And they're listening and viewing. They're viewing now the contingent from His Majesty's Christmas.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Next up,
Permission to carry on.
the contingent from the Customs and Excise Department. Always contenders for best drill contingent on parade. And Peter, I hope you have your pencil ready.
I'm
Well,
not
they-
surprised. I'm not surprised.
You are the commission team official precision and formation drill analyst. This is the Customs and Excise Department. A very important department.
Very important.
Very in terms of border protection and also collection of border taxes.
It's interesting, you know, they have always, at the annual Guinness competition, always been close to the defense force, cadet corps, police.
I just pause, Peter. This is the traffic warden, a very important agency in terms of keeping the traffic moving, especially around the schools.
The schools, yes.
From preschools all the way up to college. And also at major mass events, traffic wardens are in attendance. If you now move through
Girl Guides and Brownie. It's good to see about 40 on parade. This organization is still alive and well here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Independence Ceremonial Parade commemorate the 40th anniversary of independence of St. Kitts and Nevis, smallest country in the Western Hemisphere, second smallest in the world, as we now move to 7-day Adventist Pathfinders. And as usual, large country must give credit to that organization and those adults that keep moving. Not visibly before us, Red Cross, we just forget that. We used them earlier, we increased them again, providing medical services and it's moving Red Cross. Well, you see this before people, the auxiliary drum corps of the Defense Force Band, the high school students, being instructed. It's good. Lovely experiences down at those high school lunches. And already you can tell the difference in the band is certain on parade. In previous years, if you mustered more than 15 to 20, you had a good day. Now we're up to 30, and I believe the 50 to 75 will be a useful maximum target. One trombone, I specifically asked Director of Music, there's one trombone, 4 trumpets now.
Sounding rather sharp.
They've had 2 rehearsals, and of course, regular band session strategy. They brought to attention by Parade Commander Garnett as we get ready for the next item on the as you know, second in command.
Second in command.
Second in command.
Lieutenant Daniel.
Lieutenant Daniel. Parade Commander Garnett was with the inspection party. Next up, march past in slow and quick time. As Her Excellency is escorted to the saluting dais, where Parade Commander Garnett will seek her permission to have the units on parade, armed units, to march past in slow time, and then armed and unarmed units. Let's listen in.
Your permission to parade to march past in slow and quick time, Your Excellency.
Permission granted.
Mission granted. I've been thanked, Your Excellency, for inspecting the troops of parade.
Parade Commander Garnett, you can hear him probably all the way into Keon Street. He has a voice that projects. Order given to form 2 ranks. Right dress. And now we listen to the commands of Parade Sergeant Major.
Sergeant Major St. C. Wallace.
Williams.
Williams. Earlier sounded very crisp. Let's see what he's like now.
Let's listen in to Parade Sergeant Commander Dress. Oh, that was quick. You satisfied? After 10 seconds, you were
Very
satisfied.
celebrate.
Move to your right in surround.
So the march past in slow time.
Well, march past in slow and quick. And close all of the guards. On the left.
And to the tunes of Scipio. Originated by the band of the Grenadier Guards in 1996. Parade is now march passing. Parade is now engaged in march past in slow time. Number 1 guard. Will they turn or wheel? Here's the order. It's a wheel.
It's a wheel. So I assume they'll do another wheel.
The left turn. The number 1 guard now moving towards South Stand D and its intersection with the western bound. And ladies and gentlemen, the viewing audience and also the radio audience, we'll be looking at the armed units and the lines.
The lines, see how well they have perfected the glancing to the right and to the left without actually turning the head.
It's a left turn, a snappy left turn by the number 1 guard. Appreciated the applause from South Standy and the western bound. And now, number 1 guard approaching east, followed by the St. Nevis Defense Force colors. So let's hear the applause to the female as they go on the left. Number 2 guard, St. Nevis Defense Force female. Oh, that's a new one. Very well done. And now we're witnessing the parade marching in slow time. Parade commander got it.
Number 1 guard just put the open order. And they will now proceed to his right.
Well, the number 1 guard has set a high bar, Peter. Not me to influence you, but that is expected from the infantry. As the band now moves to By Land and Sea by Kenneth Alford. And number 1 guard passes the saluting days. We're also looking at the glide. No hanging feet. The SKNDF color party.
Close order of number 1 guard.
Number 1 guard close order. We're looking at the female.
There's a ripple. Yes. Each guard unit has their fans. Number 2 guard, St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force female. Officer Commanding Ferdinand Sept. Now South Stand B erupts as the number 1 guard made a hard right. The defense. Now number 3 guard, the Coast Guard, they always put on a show. Distinctive white outfit. Let's salute Second Lieutenant Fifield N. commanding. Snappy, front rack. Not bad, the Coast Guard. Thank you, get up. Number 2 guard will make a hard right. South Stand A and B, you're up. Oh, they just got some tactical unit. It's number 4 guard. Yes. And then the police force instinct. Now number 5 guard. Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force female. Inspector Phipps commanding. Band with no counter. It's looking police. Number 6 guard. Cadet Corps. They've done the open order. Eyes right. Officer Commanding Ensign Griffin J. Now the band will take post as the number 1 guard approaches. Here, police make a hard right turn. Well synchronized as the band wheeled left and west. 10 paces behind is the number 1 guy. Got it cool, make a right. Let's look at it. All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we all now eagerly await the double beat as we shift from slow time to quick time. Let's look at the drum major. He will give the signal. And who's the drum major? Drum major Sergeant Walter C. Walter C. The march past in slow time. Here we go. Signal coming up from the drum major. Go on.
We've always loved the parade. Population's always turned out for the parade.
Sons of the Brave, regimental pick march of the St. Kitts and Nevis Regiment. Thomas Big Good. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, approaching parade commander is the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force Band and Drum Corps. Drum Major is going to put on a, he is going to put on a show. Otherwise he's not here. He's been conservative this evening. Okay. So once again, we are 30 strong in the band. First time in many, many years. Eyes right from number 1 guard. March pass and pick time in 2 ranks, Peter. Makes it easier to form up. Number 1 guard, setting a high bar. Color party. Defense Force female. Number 3 guard, Coast Guard. Looking at high bar. Tactical unit number 4 guard. Police females number 5 guard. Number 6 guard, Police Force male. Number 6 guard, Cadet Gore. As usual, we get a little bit of a jam. Yes, because of the right turn. And at this moment, we see how creative some of the guard commanders are in terms of moving their troops along, giving an order to step short. The applause is ripping around on the path of the stadium. Very appreciative audience. The pathfinding their church walk. We have Pioneer School, MIUC's prison, customs and excise, traffic warden, girl guide from Browning. At the time we team on gets a rousing reception here on the back. Time first country it's good that they're here. What country? Spinning of the rifle, Patrick, by the time you get here and into full time. Good display of precision, coordination. Sorry, I appear to be paralyzed. Paralyzed just now. That spinning of the rifle just now. And the rear, the dress. Impressive. Those helmets are polished, you can hope you hear how yes, he must. And interestingly, carrying our flag, carrying those teams, along with that, very valuable partner. And they're going to break into a quick time now. And listen to the applause of these appreciative partners. Now the final. As we look at the youngsters, the auxiliaries of the defense force jump forward. I can see some ladies giving the on turn right. One of the ironies is the flag bearers and escorts are shoulder to shoulder, certainly in the boomerang, and also keep the line straight. Now the band is going to strike something. Yeah, let's hear it. Outside again, Grandmasters. About face by the band, playing outside again. Grandmasters, full time, last carnival. Very, very popular. For Captain SS, band now doing the vodka. Sorry. I like when you bring the local into the parade. Look at what connect with the population. That master is the guitar director of music. What mass is that? Wow! How do you walk up? I would expect it early, but yes.
Not receiving much applause. We have 50,000 some kicks in Nevis.
Will not fail. And tonight.
We have 6,000.
Yeah. Good.
And the groundskeepers must be complimented.
Right.
Having had CPA
Oh,
here a couple
yeah.
weeks ago.
Ooh.
But they have the center wicket
It's
properly
green. Green top.
Ready for good.
Parade has been ordered to reform ranks, reforming 3 ranks.
Inwards. Just.
We now have an inward dress. Parade Sergeant Major St. C. William
Will dress the ranks from the center.
will now approach.
So it would be stand still the right, stand still the left.
Let's see how satisfied he is with the right arm. Numbers 1, 2, 3, and the color party of the defense force. Satisfied. Tactical unit.
Then to dress. Left arm.
Police force ensign. Number 4, number 5.
Right.
Will advance.
Will advance. And with you order.
15 steps.
In the center. Quick march.
Oh. Well done, Patrick. All in step.
Right. Move. Adjust. Move. Adjust.
3 cheers for the nation.
Yes, we're approaching 3 cheers.
3 cheers for the nation. Beep, beep, beep.
Ray!
Beep, beep, beep.
Ray!
Beep, beep, beep.
Ray!
Beep, players. Adjust.
Patrick, the crowd was actually cheering.
That's
National pride.
very
Pride. Pride.
Right. Right. Shoot. Right. Out. Right. Good. Right. 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 Quick march.
okay. Now the parade has been split in 2, like Moses parting the Red Sea. We now stand by for a drill display from the Pyrenees region. So as it were, the center stage by the armed units.
Excellency de Marcelo has left the podium. The drill display with the group seating gallery.
But I
So Parade Sergeant Major is making sure that the armed and unarmed units are drawn up properly. We will now approach the crossing guards and tell them exactly where to go. As we set the stage for So once again, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, you're witnessing the ceremonial parade. The ceremonial parade commemorate the 40th anniversary of the independence of St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm Patrick Martin. Alongside me is Peter Jenkins, Star of Merit recipient, graduated from the St. Kitts and Nevis Credit Corps as adult under officer. That's way back in the 1970s, and we had no drones.
No drones. Actually, there are a couple of guys whom I wanted to recall and to remember. Colonel Howell, Major Philip, Captain Aubrey York, Moses Davron, Manny Martin, Marcus Nato, Eustace Arundel, Lanvie Clark, Errol Maynard, Captain Ian Hodge, Alexis Knight, who was our commander of the Cadet Corps for quite a number of years, Valentine Morris, Captain, Captain Leroy Percival. And there are 4 soldiers I would want to record. Leroy Percival. I'm not sure of the name of the correct name. Windy. Ed Mead, Corporal Gillard. They returned from Guyana and took control of the defense force in the training unit along with Scott Hendricks and made a very, very, very big contribution to the defense force and the cadet corps. Norman Williams deceased as well recently. Lieutenant Colonel, former commander. These are some of the guys who made it. I'm sure there are many others, Patrick, that you might remember. Lieutenant Scott Hendricks is still alive and doing well. You want to remember him as well. Lieutenant Scott Hendricks was instructor for the training unit, head of the training unit, along with 4 guys who came out of NAM, took charge of that unit and scrubbed us. Also, in memory, definitely.
As a matter of fact,
for quite a while.
I have here a Elementary Drill Part 1, the booklet that he gave to me. Treasured memento, describes kind of the movements, drill formation, definitions associated.
It's interesting, Patrick, you know, how far back the Cadet Corps started. I remember the passing of Dr. Keith Archibald. He was the warden of Milner Hall, with agriculture, Trinidad. In his booklet, indicated that he was a member of the Cadet Corps. And so the Corps has been around for a very long time. Bernal Nisbet, I'm sure remembers his days in the Cadet Corps. Late Auckland was also a member. And so the Corps was responsible for shaping up a lot of young men. The first display by the junior guys of the defense drum corps.
As you said that, let me pull up the program for this section. And say thanks to Cabinet Secretary Dr. for information. This section is the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force Community Drill Corps. 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes.
This is going to be so significant in the lives of these young people. As simple as it might appear, they will remember this first event.
mean, the youngsters here who look like they're about 8, 9. They're on the big stage. This is the St. Kitts Nevis Defence Force Community Drill Corps. Primary school, high school students. Peter, when youngsters are involved in this kind of activity, they have no time for other activities that are not constructive. There's a role for military drill, molding of young people. They have been practicing at the sports camp. I've heard them. They say that they're not Christians. And undoubtedly, some of these youngsters will move from suppression to winning.
It is a secret that it's done by all successful organizations. You must have a young element, church spirit in the Sunday school. You know? You must have young element looking ahead, looking up to see what's happening above. You want to emulate, you want to be like. That creates the passion, the desire, the love for it. And start when you're an adult. Start young. So this is a good initiative.
Now this young drum major, several years, will be in the senior band. Now they're formed 3 ranks, and let's see what the drum major signals them. The ball is the ground. Drill competition. When is that drill competition coming up?
22nd September, Friday.
Beirut.
Beirut.
Thank you.
The afternoon. And we get packed out.
Eagerly anticipate activities. Drill competition in Beirut, 5 o'clock on the 22nd. Friday, 22nd. Thank you very much.
to our producers. Oh, they're young. You're witnessing coverage of the ceremonial parade, marking the 40th anniversary of the independence of Nevis, the smallest nation in the Western Hemisphere, one of the youngest nations in the world, and we have some young people on this display right now. This is the Nevis Defense Force Community. Drum corps.
Important vaccine because we have to create discipline and innovation. We have a number of problems to solve. We have to utilize the sun. We have to solve the water problem, how to harvest. We have to look at technology. You know, these are some of the challenges. To find among the young people, we have to find solutions to these problems.
Now we have the solutions in hand. One steel band can occupy 100 lawn. And now we have here a community drum corps with 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We have about 50 fighters on parade.
I count about 60
fighters. About 40 girl guides and brownies. All right, so the kids in the Defense Force drum corps. We like the producer for thinking about that. Oh, I missed that. That's the big guy just did something. Certainly in the groove, you know. A youngster on the cymbals. Next year, a couple of cowbells and a triangle. Now imagine being told that you're gonna have 2 seconds in the limelight. You've been dreaming about it's going all over the world. Probably had nightmares last night thinking about 2 seconds in the limelight. Okay, here they go. Oh, the sticks, they hit the sticks. This took some practice, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The boys and girls are still up. But obviously, the youngsters in the audience are looking at this and saying, Mommy, Daddy,
applause. That's important that support from people. Next up, Taiwanese building as the community front for exits stage here at Water Park Stadium. Exit stage east. An appreciative round of applause from the spectators. Platoon commander is giving instructions. I got it. Mandarin Chinese and standard.
Now, in the center of the park, the honorable holding the national flag of both countries and the military flag of the three armed forces of Republic of China, Taiwan. Republic of China, Taiwan has a total area of 36,000 square kilometers and a population about 16 million. It is surrounded by the sea, has rich maritime resources, and is a free and democratic country. 大家黑出来一样。Members of the honor guard will keep their honor and defense in their hearts. Every performance will show the result of their hard training and requirements to everyone, and will open the celebration of the 40th anniversary of your country's independence.
We have 12 representatives from state, on display principles. 12 individuals are doing various maneuvers forming different shapes,
push over
numbers,
the other brother.
using
Then what they
each one of them.
carry out the weapons commanders' purpose. Please give them applause and courage.
Decision. Example of what can be achieved.
Straight line promotion. Young brothers use excellent synchronization and smooth time difference to present a wave-like rifle performance. Please give them applause again.
That's the wave pattern.
I was thinking, Peter, that many a young person will be doing some of this tomorrow with room.
Yes. At least I know when you were small, that would have happened. I'm sure.
No,
What
they'll
length
be
did that
doing,
make?
they'll be doing.
Coordination, synchronization. So,
The honor of
when someone amongst them coordinates all of the activities, time,
and never give up.
not focus on the community.
Honesty, loyalty, and courage. The music performed by the Underbar is one of the officially in 2002 World Cup Equator. The song title is Dreamers.
Look who we are. We are the dreamers. We make it happen. Guess we believe it. Look who we are. We are the dreamers. We make it happen. Cause we can see it. Cause through the world.
Every time is a spirit over. Every person can finally light up hope and penetrate continuous life.
Peter, the color party standing about 10 paces behind. No one.
Please give them time.
Holding the flag locked. Right.
Look who we are. We are the dreamers. We make it happen. Guess we believe it. Look who we are. We are the dreamers. We make it happen. Cause we can see it. Cause through the world, keep the passion. Respect. Oh yeah. It's through the world.
1,080 degrees in the air. Please see a chair. With a mission and certification, the Underbar Brothers always happy, whatever be it summer or winter. Stay put in order to present a perfect performance.
ونتجمع ونخلي صوتنا يملى هالدنيا حب ونتكاتف نرفع وتفرق ونتعاون نصنع ونحقق وما نستسلم نتحدى ونتجاوز كل شدة ونغني بمودة. Look
properly, and share responsibility with all others, and make contributions to regional peace and create a better future. Finally, we celebrate the 40th anniversary of your country and hope that the friendship between each other will last forever. On behalf of the Republic of China, Taiwan, the honor bar wishes peace and Nevis prosperity, happiness, and happy Independence Day.
This right here so ignorant. Type of shit make you wanna do something that you ain't got no business.
Abducted, they didn't lift the knee like he did here. Let's see what happens when it comes to attention.
For the perfect performance, please all well prepare capacity. Thank you.
Our practice of the Republic of China, Taiwan,
Title, Walian, Kaohsiung, etc. Your drill team certainly put on a magnificent display this evening. We are now entering the Calvin Wilson Players Pavilion to another round of applause and expectation stage. Next up on the program is the convoy drive pass. And then after that, the drone show. And it's now 1:21 hours. Looks like we're going to be here until 2. And as we look around the cricket stadium in front of us, this is a new edition got a glimpse of this a couple of weeks ago, Trinidad, the independence. They had a similar drive-back where there will be no drive-by unless signs are raining.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are here at Warner Park celebrating our 40th year of independence from 1983 to 2023. As we can see over here, the National Ministry of National Security have developed some apps. We have the whip, which is the folk product,
Coast Guard cutter followed by the police mobile command unit, fire and rescue unit.
Newest asset to our firefighting appliances in the Federation and circuits. We also have one of the
EMS ambulance. And then this is the K9 unit of the Customs and Excise Department. The Immigration Department, that's these are all national assets, by the way. Ministry of Education School Bus. And then followed by the marketing unit of the Ministry of Agriculture.
You can see that over the years, various ministries have accumulated a number of assets for the Federation for various institutions. Quite recently, we have acquired a new electrical truck for the Skeleton. You see, the Skeleton has some very new assets to their arsenal at this time. Yes, at this time we have the Port Authority, the St. Christopher Port Authority, with one of their assets. Oh, we can't forget the number one and the number two business, solid waste management. Here coming up now, Public Work Department. Public Work have just added this to their assets. Everybody's trying out for new roads. And so the Public Work has added some new assets to their accumulation. So there you have it, people, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out for our 40th anniversary of independence.
The opportunity for finding the convoy passed the agricultural vehicle from the agricultural department. Significant.
have to get the steel to build downtown. And it can only happen if we grow more of our own food. Indeed, and there's also some realignment of faith. Well, final event.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Independence, my sisters and division, and all our visiting dignitaries. Welcome. At this time, well, before that, you just saw a beautiful display of our assets, and at this time, we're going to have sky. We're asking for persons in the stand, those sitting in the back, kindly come to the front of the stand wherever you're seated, because you won't be able to see the display from that far. For persons in the back, only in the back. Those of you to the front, in an orderly manner, please. For persons seated in the back rows of the tent, we're asking you to come out to the front so that you can see the display as well. If everybody want to stand under the tent or come outside the choice, we're going to have the lights dimmed or turned off. We're going to have the lights turned off. We are asking you, once the display is finished, wait for the lights to be turned back on to go back to your seats, please.
On the back, we'll now get ready for the drone show. The main lights, bank of lights, have been switched off. And there is now a drone landing on the center wing. As you pan further out, we're looking up into the St. Peter's
Part of the netball complex will seem to be on.
netball complex lights. Part of the netball complex lights are also on. So, what's in store with this drone show? It's an innovation. Certainly expected. The crowd is eagerly anticipating the start of this segment. Peter, the owners and operators of drone companies have been employed for a number of mass events. I can recall the coverage during Caribbean Games
coverage during Carnival.
And of course, the security forces are also deploying drones in their routine operations. A second drone has landed. So we certainly hope that the listening audience is hearing us a little better now. We have had a change of equipment. It
First
is
drone.
Wow. As we look over into the Len Harris Cricket Academy. Oh, this is spectacular.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Banks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm really happy, Peter, that you're able to speak when this is
banks of drones.
I'm having difficulty speaking when this is going on. This is awe-inspiring.
1, 2, 3, 4 rows.
Four banks, 4 rows.
Yes, yeah. And we have at least 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How
so
many? 10 different colors?
40.
Okay.
40 by 3.
So they have now merged.
Yeah.
They have switched now from colored lights to sparkling white. And Peter, we could hear some commands being given from our vantage point, so we can see there's some coordination going on between
this is fantastic
here and where the
This is fantastic. This is fantastic, Patrick.
I have to apologize for
Sept and Nevis.
We have to apologize to persons who are just listening.
Wow.
This is okay. So the drones have formed into
St. Kitts
and Nevis.
The green in color and with the flashing white.
Okay, so what's next? Now the next formation is coming up. Oh, Carib Rock joins. Down in the Wingfield area, the Carib Rock Droppings, but it's the Kalinago. That's the preferred name now. The indigenous people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Lyamiga and Orly. This is a tribute to the indigenous people of St. Kitts and Nevis, Lyamiga, Orly, the Kalinago.
Yes, Patrick, this is something to see, and I'm so glad that so many people are here to see. You know?
Okay, so lights have now turned blue. And we're now in a string of lights. Oh! And this one depicts, the blue is the sea, and this depicts the arrival of the Europeans.
Yes.
replay stories, but the spirits of the people endure.
All right, the next formation now.
Fields of sugarcane and the sea
Okay, so it would be Europeans and
became the
Africans. Okay.
stage of a bittersweet symphony of sweat and struggle, eventually birthing a symbol of solidarity, a train fueled by determination.
All right, so the drones have now found a sugar train.
Sugar train. Yes.
It looks like a train.
It's a train. It is
looks
actually, yes.
All right.
As time
Element.
marched on, Brimstone Hill
think
Fortress stood tall, its cannons guarding a turbulent history. The echoes of battles and the strength of the
So
human
there is
spirit
a
were etched into the walls of these fortifications.
the fortifications. You can make out something like a treasury building style there.
And we accompanied by Elimat. Significant as well in our historical journey.
Is this the national bird, the pelican? Brown pelican. And the crowd is singing along to
Brown
Elimat.
pelican.
Viva St. Kitts.
And this is being done by drones, but
It gotta be young too. There is an operating drone circling.
yes,
About 40 feet high. Okay, what's this now? We move to Infamous. So we had the Kalinago, we had the ship, we had a sugar train, we had fortifications. The green velvet.
The island's beauty, the mischievous monkeys danced, a testament to the vibrant life that
A dancing monkey. This is a fantastic display of drone technology this evening. We're going over to Nevis now. Nevis nice.
Nevis
King
nice.
King Rico.
a youngster looking at this this morning must be fascinated by this display of drones in Warner Park at the cricket stadium.
Well,
this is a new beginning.
Remember that the Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College has a robotics team that has been traveling the world and showcasing their talent. So we are going to definitely find out who's responsible for setting this team up. Here we go now.
Skies, the tree that bears our national flower, the poinciana,
The lights have now morphed into the poinciana national flower.
its fiery blossoms mirrored the indomitable spirit of the Kittitian and Nevisian people.
This is de jour.
Nicest place on the ramp road, like Valencia said. Nah, sell out me country, yeah. No people balling for the hills, them and the valleys and the trees, but we have them in abundance, Lord. The rest of man,
In the heart of the
Okay,
capital,
Joe Patrick.
the War Memorial stands as a reminder of sacrifices made for our freedom.
So don't this make me tell you about St. Kitts and Nevis at the nicest place on the ramp road.
The next display is that of the War Memorial, a monument to Britishans and Nevisians who fought in the Great Wars. 1940, 1939, 1945. Look at that. The base of the tower pivoted.
Name Uwali, meaning land of beautiful waters. The majestic Nevis Peak and its mixture of white coral and black
There
beaches.
is
Nevis boasts
the outline of Nevis.
natural beauty and a rich and storied history. From the birthplace of Alexander Hamilton to the first hotel in the Caribbean, the Bath Hotel and Hot Springs,
First spa in the Caribbean, Bath Hotel, Hot Springs. First wellness resort.
slavery to statehood to independence.
And that's like a cloud now moving across Nevis Peak.
Boasts a revolutionary power that transcends time.
It's absolutely quiet.
Sir Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw's visionary leadership and dedication to public service have left an indelible mark
An image
on
of
the history of St. Kitts
Hero.
and Nevis.
And there goes the power. There goes the power. People salute.
Social justice, economic progress, and spearheading independence talks with the United Kingdom in 1970s set the foundation for the thriving nation we know.
And Patrick, power to the people. The jacket is also moving.
Display must represent the rebirth of our
Twin
nation.
Island Federation made its mark in history, forging
Oh, here comes the flag.
with
Here
resilience
comes the flag.
shared
Green, gold, black, two white stars and red.
on that September
The two white stars
years ago, fluttering.
designating hope and liberty.
Green, symbolizing our fertile lands. Yellow, for our year-round sunshine. Black, representing our African heritage. The two white stars, symbols of hope and liberty. And red, for our struggle from slavery through colonialism to independence. St. Kitts and Nevis is not just a destination. It's a serene sanctuary where the past seamlessly merges with the present.
Peter, there's a guy next to us. He's
A unique
oh no! St. Kitts and even spelled out. There's a guy next to us. He seems to be on an iPad or something there. We gotta get him. We gotta get an interview with him. The lights are now flashing. St. Kitts and Nevis.
islands of St. Kitts and Nevis
This
celebrate 40
expansive.
years of growing sustainably,
Ah, more of it to 40.
and building resiliency. With each passing year, we continue to write our story, embracing our past,
Well.
while stepping into a brighter and more promising future toward a sustainable island state. St. Kitts and Nevis, a testament to the power of nature, the strength of heritage, and the unwavering spirit of a people united.
For no longer are we slaves to the masters of Great Britain. No longer are we bound by colonial legislation.
Back to funds.
No longer
Okay.
Something,
The first, the beginning.
in the World Forum of the United Nations, for we have shed the yoke of
All right, so we have the multicolored lights now. It looks like they're getting ready to form up and then return to base. It's like the
and Nevis, forward ever as one, for we are born to this world and new nation.
Oh. Return to the mothership. Absolutely awe-inspiring. Oh, this
Women move as one. Patrick.
Yeah. Yes,
Patrick.
Yes, Mr.
Patrick.
Jenkins.
Patrick.
Where were you when this was done? You were here.
I was here. And I'm so glad I was here. This is amazing, wonderful.
They're going to have to do this again. I'm going to have to
Well,
do this again.
set a standard, you know.
I'm seeing somebody here who's operating the drones. I have to talk to this guy. Welcome to the coverage. What's your name, sir, and what's your role here?
Yeah, my name is Akan. I'm the drone pilot here.
Drone pilot. Akan, is this all of these? You have a team? Or it's just you? Okay, Akan say he has to take it. Akan is the drone pilot. My goodness.
Patrick, this is...
He said he can't talk to him. He has to sort out something.
Yeah, I guess he has...
The lights are back on.
It's just to deal with.
There's a stunned silence in Water Park Stadium.
Well, it has affected everyone. This was an amazing display. It was unexpected, yes, but it brought us into the modern era. The youngsters looking around now have more to aim at, to aspire to. This display was... I can't find the words.
Well, we are returning now to normal broadcast. Parade commander has called for the armed units and the unarmed units to come back. We have some folks over in the neighboring box. They're wiping the tears. They're wiping the tears over there. Tears of the pride is over there. Yeah.
Pride is all
St.
around.
Kitts and Nevis people are in the vanguard of drone technology. We will not be left behind in drone technology.
So if this can be done, where there are other issues that require drone solutions, there must be no excuse. We can show what we can do. Yes?
South across with the technology to see. Let's use it. Let's go. And the youngsters know how to use the technology. Let's use it. This youngster in front of us, he's been here all night shaking his head. He looks like he's part of this team, you know. So CFBC and other places are the hubs.
But Patrick, we should not be surprised.
First, let me sit down. I was standing.
We should not be surprised because our robotics teams have traveled the world and have consistently done very well, which means that there is the aptitude, yes? There is the disposition towards the technology. So, we should not be surprised.
Peter,
we should not be surprised.
You have noticed how children and grandchildren, our children and grandchildren, when you buy something electronics, they don't have to read the manual. They just turn it on and start working it. You and I have to read the manual, Peter.
Yes, I've noticed the same with my grandchild.
And she's what? We now have Dame Marcella returning to the podium. Receive the royal salute. Troops have formed back up into line. And we have the soon departure of Dame Marcella.
Rain! Ole!
We now witnessing the departure compliments to Her Excellency the Governor General. Some information coming to hand is that the commentary during the dance show was done by Marcia Jeffers, a dance specialist. So congratulations. She was just telling us about the very competition in downtown. So we'll try to see if we can get her on an interview.
She did the commentary?
She did the commentary during the
Okay.
The drone show.
Patrick Martin, this drone display has set the standard for our country. We can't make any excuses for non-delivery. This drone display has shown first world technology at its best. It has shown what we can do. Can't be any excuses after this. We have.
Here comes Marcia. We just got some information that was your voice during the commentary. Tell us about this production, please.
The production is amazing, Mr. Nati. It's mind-boggling. I'm still in awe. When I did the voiceover, I was like, this thing is really happening, and to see it unfolding is like, I'm not even going to sleep because it's just, I'm going to replay it and replay it. It's amazing. I'm really humbled and proud of my nation at this time to be a part of this 40th anniversary of independence. I was just 2 years old when this happened, and so I'm glad that I'm alive to see it happening.
And Marsha, who are the people spearheading the drone show? If you can tell us.
The drone show is a company from Trinidad, Lunar Light. I'm from Trinidad, and our local drone specialist, Akan Maynard, and his team, of course, with the direction of the Independence Committee. These guys are amazing. It's amazing.
Indeed.
Tell us the name again of the team from
Lunar Light.
Lunar Lights. Thank you very much for that information. And that's Marcia Jeffers. You're the dance specialist in the Ministry of
Creative Economy.
Before you go, we have to tell some people that you trained where? You were educated where?
I was educated at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica.
And I can't leave without saying that you're Lulu's daughter, right?
I am indomitable, Lulu.
You see the departure of the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew, and I'm sure his chest must be thumping, with this display this evening. The parade, Independence Parade 40, has come to a fitting climax. A climax that redirects our nation to what we can achieve and what we must achieve. I'm very glad that I was here this evening. Got this invitation from you, Patrick, to be with you, to be your assistant tonight. I'm very, very glad that I was able to attend. And I'm sure that this is going to be recorded as one of the most impactful events that we've had at the Independence Parade. We see the departure of the Speaker of the House.
Lanil Blanchard, the Honorable. And so the dignitaries are departing. As for the protocol, Honorable Dame Marcelo, the Governor General, followed by Prime Minister, then the Speaker of the House. But as the dance specialist was saying, she's not going to sleep tonight. And I'm sure a lot of people will not sleep. This drone display is going to be repeated and repeated and repeated. Repeated and repeated in the minds of the population. And I got a WhatsApp message from one of my former colleagues in the Cadet Corps who's abroad, and he was at the time looking at the drone show, and I'm sure it would have had some impact.
And Marcia is asking us to remind the listening and viewing public about the drill competition at 5 o'clock on Friday, 22nd. We are witnessing the departure compliments of members of cabinet.
Honorable Marshall Henderson, Minister of Tourism and representative for constituency number 2, now departing. Saying hello to Gwel Brown, formerly of ZIZ, listening abroad, has always been on this parade, always tuning in. And Gwel Brown did his stint at ZIZ, served for a number of years with distinction, through national. We want to say good night to all the other nationals listening abroad to this broadcast. It's been a wonderful evening, an evening that redirects St. Kitts and Nevis to what it must be, and what it can be, and what it ought to be. The drone show must have been mind-boggling. Former Prime Minister Dr. Douglas departing would have served with distinction, continues to serve, and would have done a lot for the education of our nationals. And as I speak of education, I want to single out Dr. Osbert Liebert, who received the Star of Merit. And he was responsible for the connection between St. Kitts Nevis and Cuba. Those of you who have managed to go to Cuba to study under the conditions, Osbert Liebert is the person, Dr. Osbert Liebert, the person responsible for that contact, making it possible for us to enjoy education, first world education, at virtually very little, having to pay very little. My brother, Dr. Osbert Liebert, I salute you.
And Peter, we just got a message from another viewer and listener. We watched it all on ZIZ TV, lovely show. Watched it all on ZIZ TV, lovely show. Well, we're still in awe of
of the drone show. I mean, the Taiwanese drill team, they were spectacular. The community drum corps of youngsters, primary school and high school, they set a high bar. The Taiwanese took it up a notch. The convoy drive through, brief but valuable in terms of youngsters here seeing the essential services and some of the equipment, some of the assets. But it was topped off by a drone show.
Patrick.
We were talking about innovation and the young people, and some of our young people being involved in robotics. But this light show was a collaboration between Lunar Lights in Trinidad and some local young people. We introduced one of them. And so more information is going to come out about this.
Yes. Another thing I wanted to mention about this, Patrick, is that we are a very critical people in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Did you say hypercritical?
Hypercritical, right? And we always find fault. And we don't give credit very easily. Tonight, whoever is responsible for this drone show and the successful execution of it needs to be commended. Individual or group, this needs to be, they need to be commended for what has been achieved tonight. And if I sound excited, Patrick, I am, because
you're not easily excited.
This is for me a redirection of the nation. This is saying to us what we must be, what must happen. No excuses. Our nation deserves the best, and we are capable of producing the best.
Some of the
minds must come to work. Yes, the minds must come to work, come together, and find the solution.
What are some of the common excuses? We're too small, poor.
But Southwell in her lecture showed where smallness is an advantage.
You're talking about Psyche Southwell, a keynote speaker for the Independence 40 committee put all of this together from a macro perspective. Subject to correction, I think Cabinet Secretary Marcus Natter, and a director in the Prime Minister's office, Ms. Galloway. Sat in the co-chairs of this. The program, the Independence 40 schedule of activities was extensive.
Well,
but overall,
the number 40
overall
was important to have a significant event. You could not have the 40th anniversary and it be seen as another event. And the drone show has put its mark.
Maybe it's a military parade. It's a military parade. So Peter's going to take a deep breath. Let's talk about the military parade and the drill. Best armed unit on parade in the slow march.
I give the Defense Force number one
guard. Agreed. Best armed unit on parade during the quick march. I can hear toss up. You're tossing it up.
I eventually got back down to Defense Force number one guard.
Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. Best unarmed unit during the quick march. Who impressed you most?
Well, we had the customs and excise, but we have over 60 from the Pathfinders. That alone deserves credit. And they did very well,
63. I just counted 63. Yeah. Let's give it to the Pathfinders.
I would have no difficulty.
Now, some years we have noticed that the departure compliments can take a long time as all of the dignitaries leave, and including the head of state, the head of government, cabinet, and the members of the diplomatic corps. The other parades, I've noticed that they've stopped they've divided the departure compliments into two: the head of state, head of government, and then others follow after the units have left the parade. But this is all part of.
It would appear as if all of the dignitaries would leave.
Yeah.
And I see now leaving a representative from the United States. I'm not sure if it's the ambassador.
So we have still in the convoy 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 to go. I rather suspect because of it's now early morning. You need to get the dignitaries out of here.
Yes, some of them are more than one vehicle.
Right.
So as was the case earlier.
Well, the youngsters have certainly
we have taken Patrick, the guy for this drone thing. Display.
Lunar lights from Trinidad and a local crew. We have to get all of the details on this. This will come out in subsequent interviews on a local media. Tomorrow, what will be the talk of the town tomorrow? There's no doubt about that the armed units were superbly turned out. The Taiwanese drill display was spectacular, but the drone show took the cake this morning. And also to mention Marcia Jefferson's commentary on the history and culture of St. Kitts and Nevis during the drone show. So bear with us as we gather our bearings. The drone show really took our breath away.
Knocked us off.
We may have said certain things that weren't entirely correct, but now that we are able to correct the record, we were hit for 6 by that drone show. But certainly happy that Marcia Jeffers from the dance specialist in the Department of Creative Economy came by and gave us some information.
I keep getting hits on my phone to remind the public of the drills competition on Friday,
Friday the 22nd.
This is an annual event, and this year we'll see the team that will take first place. I hope all of the units are on parade on Friday so that we can see the young people on their display of the drills. It's not as simple as it looks, but it is a way to encourage our young people and to assist them in developing their discipline, which is important if we are going to achieve success in anything. Discipline is important. And in the Cadet Corps, in these units, there's the basis of the discipline. That's the foundation of all the activities. And that assists our young people in shaping their minds. I encourage the parents listening, viewing, to encourage your children to be part of the disciplinary units, the military units, the band, Pathfinders, Find Your Way, into the cadet corps, find your way into the drum corps. The police also have a unit, which is a cadet unit. Find your way into those units. Get your children occupied with the positive things so that later in life they can produce and deliver, not be a burden to you and to the state. Our country is small. We have many problems, but tonight showed all of the problems that we have are surmountable and must be surmounted. Patrick, I go back to this. This is not just an event of a lights display. This to me is refocusing the nation to what we can achieve and what we must achieve and what we are capable of.
Dr. Psyche Southwell said that you have to define the problems properly before you can attack the solutions.
Yeah, that's first base.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
first base. We have to define what it is we are seeking to address. You know,
I prefer to use the term challenges because problems has a negative negative energy.
I don't normally use that word. Yeah, for me, it's opportunities. You know,
And many of the social challenges are predicted and predictable. Those of us who came through the cadet corps of the 1970s, 60s, 70s, into the 80s, we can say with pride that we know of no cadet member who wasted the court's time. Maybe one?
It is perhaps, but I don't think we need to mention it because we can say with pride that nobody did. You know, we can say with pride when you look at the numbers that passed through, that had to be a successful period. And the adults responsible for us at that time must take a bow because they were able to deliver to the country. Upright citizens who made a contribution to the country, continue to make a contribution to the country. And so we can recommend it. Those of us from that era, we can recommend it. And I look to Barbados, I look to Trinidad and Tobago, where there are cadets, infantry, marine, navy, all of those different branches have cadets. I was in Jamaica recently to a conference and bringing in the flags, cadets. So it is tried and tested. The United States have them.
But all of the progressive countries in the world,
yes.
they have a program started with the young people.
And that's where you get your leadership core from.
I have to say this, that unfortunately, we were distracted down a road by some voices that were suggesting that cadets is all about army.
Yeah,
we'll not waste too much time.
No.
I think we have gone past that now. People realize that this is a proper grounding.
Just to make a side point, there was a gentleman. He received a Star of Merit. He was on Freedom FM 2 Fridays ago.
Who's that?
Out of Nevis.
Okay.
Danny
Atherton. Right.
And there on that radio station was an expert, somebody with knowledge, not what appears to have been the popular mode. Everybody calls it on the radio station and claims to be an expert. And you get distracted by those who are not experts, but they know everything. Atherton, when he was on Freedom FM,
that
showed quite clearly that he is an expert.
And another message just came through. So yes, we in St. Kitts and Nevis, we have tremendous talent, and that talent must be brought to bear now for the next 40 years.
Patrick, I must read this one, this message. Truly a spectacular display of our abilities. At least there's someone agreeing with me. Congratulations.
Indeed. Just saw the departure of a delegation from St. Eustatius.
Yes.
We now have regular ferry contact with St. Eustatius. The economy has expanded west of Sandy Point.
Yes, and I think it's important if you're going to build out the economy that side of the idol needs attention. We are close to St. Martin, St. Bart's Station, St. Eustatius. It is important that we look at how do we build bridges with those islands that are close to us.
We're now witnessing the departure of members of the Nevis Island administration.
Yes, that was the announcement.
We had earlier departures. We had earlier departures from the U.S. embassy and delegation. The UK government is also represented this morning. Of course, the Taiwanese.
And as you said, Nevis Island administration, Patrick, I was glad to see in the drones display that Nevis was evident, that they were represented, that they were equally represented, that we can truly say that tonight the drone display was a display of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Indeed. We're now coming on the way.
Almost at the end of the departures.
I think that's it. No, so sorry. Two more vehicles to go, and then we'll have the march off. So we started trying to get here around 10:30, and the traffic was already building up. Peter, when I came into the park at head of mission from India is now departing. As the departure compliments continue.
Hey! General, salute! Present!
This is the march off of the colors. The St. Kitts Nevis Defence Force Color Party and the Royal Christopher Emeritus Police Force Ensign. Receiving a general salute. Peter, this is the first time I'm seeing Captain Garnet commanding the parade.
First time for me, but he did a very good job this evening, this morning, in commanding the troops on parade. Reminds me of some of those from the past. Upright. And clear in command.
Very clear in command.
And we did not have any mistakes.
Zero.
Yes.
Units on fixed bayonets. Of course, the cadets do not parade with bayonets. Parade commander, Captain K. Garnett, his morning is over. He will now hand over to parade second in command, Lieutenant Daniel L. He's now approaching parade commander to receive his instructions. Officers commanding the units will be next. Daniel L. is now in charge of the parade in the next 2 seconds.
Come on!
Well done, sir. Captain Garnet K. Parade now under the command of Lieutenant Daniel L., who has commanded the officers in charge of the units.
Garnet K goes down into history books of St. Kitts and Nevis, having commanded the 40th anniversary of Independence Parade. Joins a select few. Patrick?
Correct.
Had the privilege to command an Independence Parade. My favorite voice was Major Percival,
a.k.a.
Percy. He's stuck with me. That voice, Percival. And people came from all over to hear Percival on parade.
When he was in charge of the recruits, he will set them up in South Stand C, to lift a rousing round of applause whenever the Defense Force infantry march. Officers commanding will now depart.
Percival was one of the four that went to Guyana in the 70s and came back, joined the training unit, and took charge. And their contributions must be recorded.
Another handover, Peter.
Yes.
Parade Second Command Lieutenant Daniel L. is now handed over to Parade Sergeant Major, Warrant Officer Class 1, William St. C. St. C. Williams will lead the units up to Camp Springfield.
Morning time. It's going to be 3 o'clock. But
it's okay.
When they get here.
That's okay. About face.
It'll be interesting to know what tune the band is going to.
Well, we happen to have the program of music, and I'd like to thank Cabinet Secretary Dr. Marcus Nato and also John James of Chameleon Media for supplying us the parade orders. There'll be a drum solo, and then once the units exit Warner Park Gate West, work your shift. The band is now taking post. Let's again identify the drum major, the director of music, Captain Sylvester Charles.
Sergeant Walters.
Once again, congratulations to the band for recruiting some more talent, especially from the high schools. We have 33-0 in the band on parade this morning. And that's up from 15 and 20 from previous years.
You know, Patrick, I go back to this drone show and mindset.
Let's listen to the command here. Yes, the
mindset. You see, because mindset determines the outcome. I could have heard some people in the committee say, no, that can't happen. We shouldn't do it. It's too risky. You know, let's do something else. What the voices that persuaded and stuck to it and said, no, we're going to take the risk. We're going to get this done. And they did it. The mindset. And young people needs to understand this issue of mindset. The frame you put your mind in to either get solutions or get failure. And tonight, we can see what the mindset was of the majority of the committee to get this drone show. And I want to compliment them. Because very significant foundation. We finish with the drone.
I'm echoing you and to piggyback on you. say poor happened back 400 years ago. Education, if there is one factor that has brought us thus far and will take us further, is that investment in the 1960s in university and secondary education. A lot of our people are really out there all over the world serving in top positions all over the world. Yet we must do more because there are too many that are not getting to football. We have to do more at the base, at the primary school and the preschools to equalize the opportunity so that the children, all children, can take advantage of the opportunity of free education. We need to do more. We need to do more. We need to do more in the maths, in the English. We need to do more at that early stage so that when they get to secondary school, they can take advantage. It is clear from the experience of countries that have been independent longer than ours, that for you to get to the next level of development, you have to have at least a 30% uptake in tertiary education. From secondary to tertiary, at least 30%. The last data I've seen was in 2014, which said it was 18% in 2014. I don't know what it is now, but what you're saying, everything you're saying tonight, everything you've said tonight, there's a marker. We can quantify. We have quantifiable targets. As we look at the community drum corps now exiting Wanapa, let's talk about this park. The transformation of this park into a multi. This is where the people came to the here in Wanapa. It is fitting tonight that we are able to witness this event in Wanapa. You know, some people said we should change it to the and the 19 here tonight, this morning. A decision was made to convert it into a multi-purpose stadium. There was some reluctance as usual and an opposition, but here we are.
Yeah, there are pros and cons.
Home of the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriot. Well, welcome back to Warner Park. We have just witnessed the ceremonial parade marking the 40th anniversary of independence of St. Kitts and Nevis. Peter, your impressions, general impressions, summary impressions, as we track the units on their way to Camp Springfield. Your final thoughts.
Final thoughts for tonight on this program, but my final thoughts would not rest tonight. I'm going to have other thoughts. But tonight, if we were to look at it in different categories, crowd attendance, Very good attendance. To me, what you said, CPL attendance?
I think we had 6,000.
We had 6.
I think
people
so.
were in their national colors, which
Yes.
was good.
And they were here early.
They were here early. The dignitaries arrived on time. The show started, the parade started on time. So we must compliment Dame Marcella for her first show, first parade, starting on time, along with the Prime Minister and other dignitaries. So the committee must be commended in terms of the organization of it. The structure of it, the organization, the timings were all good. Those on parade, I thought did very well. I thought that the Defense Force #1 guard took it away on both occasions. We had the Taiwanese drill display, which was also very good. New innovation of the assets on display as well. And then we had the drone show, which for me, as I said, and I keep repeating, reflected a new beginning for our nation, a new start. And it signifies what must be and what has to be. There's no reason for excuses. We put on tonight, St. Kitts and Nevis, in collaboration with our colleagues, put on tonight a first world show, drones show. And if we can do this for the drones for parade, we can do the drones in crime fighting. We can do the drones in agriculture. We can do the drones in sustainable development. We can use all of the modern technologies to solve the problems of St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm going to end here, but I want to encourage the parents who are outside listening. Get your children involved in some military organization, an organization that will help to shape the minds of your children and to make them productive citizens. We have the example of the Cadet Corps, where they have produced many shining lights. Patrick, it was a pleasure to be on this broadcast tonight. I'm out late, almost 3 o'clock. I want to thank you.
You're out early now.
I want to thank you for the opportunity to be on this evening as we watch the continued parade of the troops through the streets of Bastille on their way to Camp Springfield. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Those of you overseas listening and viewing, thank you for being with us. And also, finally, to thank the producers and the producers of this show who were able to bring it to you live on television. We want to thank Chameleon.
I'll give the final credits.
All right.
Speaking of drones, we have drone coverage now of the parade, the armed units and unarmed units. They're heading east on Keon Street. They usually, let's see if they do that, they make an about face at the Baker's Corner Junction, and the police contingents then depart. And then the rest head towards Camp Springfield. Okay, so they have stopped in front of the Bastille Police Station on Keon Street, and the Parade Sergeant Major will, there will be some departure compliments for the police officers there. All right, so no. So they have continued along Keon Street East, and they should do an about face, and then the police contingents will depart. We had 3 contingents from the police. We had, including for the first time the tactical unit on parade. This has been Independence 40 committee presentation. Broadcast, telecast, and streamed by Chameleon Media. Congratulations to all involved. We see what is possible. Can anything good come out of St. Kitts and Nevis? We have seen it tonight. What needs to be corrected, enhanced, will be corrected and enhanced in the postmortem. But this is, as Peter has been saying all night, especially since the drones took flight, this is an excellent foundation, an excellent springboard for the country. Many young people were here this evening. Children, preschool children, primary school children, high school children. We normally don't like them to be out this late or early, but this was an education for them. And the message to parents and guardians that participation in the military arts and sciences is an asset. And we can tell you, we who are alumni of the St. Kitts and Nevis Cadet Corps can tell you without fear of contradiction, no one of the cadets of the 60s, 70s, for sure, and perhaps the 80s, no one wasted the court's time. Happy Independence 40. Feeling proud to be a citizen of Liamiga and Orly, especially after this spectacular display this evening. Congratulations to the Independence 40 committee. They worked hard, and long and hard. Congratulations to the armed units and unarmed units. Thank you to the production team, John James and company. You did well. And now up to Camp Springfield, Peter, if you still have the stamina. As we look at the falling out of the, well, it looks like all units have fallen out. Okay.
No, I think they are the police.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So well, you keep on watching, but we are going to say good night and thank you. Thank you for the feedback in real time. And happy Independence 40, everyone.
nation. Say me no know about you, but me love St. Kitts and Nevis. Bad. Easy the man.
And a blessed independence when it comes, coming from BCA and crew.
Happy Independence to St. Kitts and Nevis.
Happy Independence Day to St. Kitts and Nevis.
It's Independence 40. 40 years is a real big milestone, and I just want to say I'm proud to be a Kittitian. I love the visions. We are all one. Hope and liberty. That's 40.
Happy Independence to St. Kitts and Nevis.
Happy 40th Independence to St. Kitts and Nevis. What I love about St. Kitts is the people, the culture, the vibe, the colors. Always something to do in St. Kitts. It's the land of my birth, my parents' birth, my grandparents' birth, my great-grandmother's birth, who just made 93. And I just love St. Kitts.
Happy Independence to St. Kitts.
Happy Independence Day to St. Kitts and Nevis. We're celebrating 40 years. It's an awesome achievement. We've grown tremendously, and this is indeed a time to celebrate.
I really love the culture, the experience that everyone has when it comes to, the partying, carnival. It's always a joyride.
Morning. Happy Independence to St. Kitts and Nevis. It's a beautiful country.
Yeah, happy Independence Day, St. Kitts and Nevis, everybody. We shall see up the park on the 18th to the 19th at midnight. Video for the parade.
Happy 40th Independence, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Happy Independence Day, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Happy Independence Day, 40th anniversary.
Yeah, we just want to say happy independence. Yeah, blessed love all the time.
Yeah, and big up Ali, big up the Prime Minister and the ex-Prime Minister them. Everybody, big up everybody. Yeah, happy Independence.
Happy Independence. Good in St. Kitts and Nevis.
What you love about St. Kitts and Nevis?
Good man, you can't your own noise.
Therefore, Bitty Duty Free, we want to say happy independence. 40 years and still going strong. Be blessed.
Independence Day, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Happy Independence Day, St. Kitts and Nevis, coming from Patola BVI.
Happy 40th anniversary to the beautiful Twin Island Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. May God bless us all.
Happy 40th Independence to St. Kitts and Nevis.
Happy Independence to St. Kitts and Nevis.
No, 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 no. Boom. I'm so proud to be a citizen of this land, my blessed nation. Together we stand. So make me tell you about St. Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on a ramp road there, man. Like Valencia said, nah, sell out me country, yeah. No people balling for the hills, them and the valleys and the trees, but we have them in abundance, Lord. The Rasta man, they on the beach, climbing up the jelly tree. One for you and one for me, so we could have cool, you know, under a little vibes. Cause like the fire bubble up the rise, we full of pride and we realize. So don't this, so make me tell you about St. Kitts and Nevis, the nicest place on a ramp road there, man. Like Valencia said, nah, sell out me country, yeah. I am a product of the island. Wouldn't change if you know what I know. They girls them pretty like the pussy and a flow of them. You get a fatty itch, your back make you not tough again. Kim talents put way and the map and now we boss again. The MVP I say balance and now we up again. Whether you're black or brown, it's getting man proud. So just sing it loud with me, yeah, yeah. We could have 1 cent in the bank. Man still I give thanks. St. Kitts and Nevis at the nicest place on a ramp road here, man. Like Valencia said, nah, sell out me country, yeah. I am a product of the island. Wouldn't change if you know what I know. Where I'm from, oh where I'm from. Them say we full of thief and we full of gunman. Make you clean up your backyard before you watch mine. We don't have no missiles in the sky. Watch your children under the sun. I pray for 100 years of blessings. Our history shows us that we were made to overcome. St. Kitts, Nevis, at the nicest place, but a ramp round here, man, defend it like Valencia said. Now send out me country, my little paradise. I am a product of the island. I know it's a nice. Wouldn't change if you know what I know. Land of beauty.